Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. So, this is day 4 of 10 on a mini series I'm doing for seasonal support. So, this holiday season for many is extra challenging as in general can occur during the holidays, but also on top of that, coming to the end of a very challenging year for many, 2020. So I wanted to put the spotlight on offering support with that in mind. And today's topic is receive peace. Receive peace. So as I do each day, I pull one card from my new Receive Oracle card deck, which has a receiving principle that is illuminated. I let that inspire a message, and then I'll send you off on your day with a willingness mantra, which activates the power of invitation. An invitation is the manifesting power behind the being model of power, which is an opportunity to balance out the doing model of power, which most of us over rely on. So if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I am passionate about teaching people how to receive, because receiving is its own skill set. It's actually very simple, very concrete, produces all kinds of manifesting results on an inner world and an outer world. And it's so much easier than the doing model of power, which is what we tend to over-rely on because that's what we know. So today we're going to talk about receiving peace. And so I invite you to sit back, let these words wash over you, and then if this speaks to you, we're going to unpack it a little bit more. So here's the card. And by the way, I'm going to read the whole card. And if you like what you're hearing here, you can also click on a link I'll provide, which goes deeper into peace and receiving peace from an earlier video I did this year. Okay, here we go. You already are all that you seek to be, do, and have. This means that you are peace, right here, right now. If you believe that your experience of peace can only happen when or after something happens, you will struggle. In other words, peace is not conditional. Peace is not something that is missing, which you must find. Peace does not happen when something arrives, or when something occurs, or you become this, or so-and-so does that. Rather, peace is revealed when you allow the seeking to rest. Your natural peace is revealed when you call off the search and, one moment at a time, you let everything be as it is. Then your seeking mind, which is the true cause of conflict, rests. Your peace is revealed. And in this spaciousness, you become open and receptive to receiving something new. So that's the Receive Peace card. And here's your willingness mantra for the day. If at any time you become aware that you're feeling anything but peace, that you're struggling, that you'd like to feel peace in this moment, your greatest power is to call upon your inner witness and become aware of that. Notice it. And once you notice it, take a breath. And here's your mantra. Say it as often as you like to yourself or out loud. I am willing to let this moment be as it is. I am willing to let this moment be as it is. So, this may seem very subtle, and it is, and yet it is so profound. And I'll tell you that as somebody who considers herself a recovering overfunctioner, overdoer, because I, like most people, really got a sense of worth, really got a sense of worth for all that I could achieve and do and how hard I could work and how much I could think and how smart I was. As I started to tap into this idea of letting everything be as it is and the power of awareness, because this is where receiving your fulfillment begins, in awareness. When I got wind of this, I thought, well, okay, I get it. I get that it's a nice idea. Those are nice words. But it wasn't until I started to actually practice letting everything be as it is that I started to experience receiving and fulfillment and tapping into a well-being that was always here beneath so much overthinking and ruminating and working hard. So what I wanted to illuminate today is, excuse me, is this really powerful concept that really basically separates people who want all the time yet don't receive versus those who receive. So the wanting to receive and the actual receiving. And the distinction is this: there's a universe of difference between walking the path and knowing the path. There can be a path in front of you that leads you where you want to go. And you can stand at the edge of the path. You can even tell people, yeah, that's the path. Take that path and it'll take you there. But if you don't actually walk the path, you'll never get there. And a lot of people explore concepts like these from an intellectual point of view. That's the doing model. It's a lot of thinking. Read books, listen to teachers talk, lectures, seminars, webinars. But as far as actually walking the path with the concepts, in other words, practicing these awareness practices, they don't take it that next step. And until you're willing to actually practice these awareness practices, you'll continue to work very hard and miss out on the opportunity to receive. So if you're willing to actually walk the path and actually do the walking in awareness, here's an idea that I want to share with you that really changed my world. Sorry that you're getting a croaky rise and receive this morning. I'm not sure what's going on. Hold on. My goodness. All right, let's hope that's the end of the croaky, froggy voice. Okay, so this is something that I learned from a spiritual teacher by the name of Adyashanti. And when I got this, it blew my mind. And it really illuminated why letting everything be as it is so powerful. So one of the things he talked about was the absence of wanting. And most of us want things. That's what drives all of our goals, all of our manifestation efforts. And what Adyashanti taught, it was this. Most of us think that we become happy when we get what we want because we got the thing that we want. But it's not the getting of the thing that makes us happy. It's that when we get the thing, for a moment, the wanting ceases. The actual wanting rests. So when you are wanting peace, the reason it's hard to experience peace is because in the wanting and the seeking, your awareness and your consciousness is receiving lack of peace. Pursuit, wanting something that you believe and think that you don't have. But when you practice letting this moment be as it is, just get curious about it. Experiment with that. What that does is it lets that wanting mechanism inside of you rest. And when that rests, you become receptive to what is actually here. Just like the card says, the peace within you is actually here, but the wanting has to rest for you to actually experience it. So I invite you to get curious about that. What would it be like to let everything be as it is? I have a guided meditation that I have shared with my students. It's actually a part of the 30-day challenge where you get to start receiving now by creating 15 minutes of space for you a day. If you're curious about that, I invite you to check it out, receivechallenge.com. And if nothing else, as you move through the day, especially if you're struggling during this holiday season, remember that peace is here for you to experience. So every time you notice that you're feeling lack of peace, notice, take a breath, and say this mantra: I am willing to let this moment be as it is. And then practice doing that. Practice letting the wanting rest, the seeking rest, and see what you feel and experience. I hope this is helpful. If it was, if you can think of somebody else who needs to hear this, please like, please share. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And if you're on YouTube, click on the red subscribe button. Again, it'll help me get the message out. And if you want to take some next steps with learning how to receive your fulfillment by unlearning struggle, then check out the links that I provide above and below. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.